Welcome everybody. If you're just tuning in, you haven't missed a thing. We are getting kicked off on our Sunday with the first cast of the day, Silent but Deadly versus Ember. I have my co-caster Xandria here, and he's going to let you know about the map bans and all that fun stuff.
All right, so we have Silent but Deadly. They're going to go ahead and ban Subway. Can't blame them. And they decided to go ahead and pick team first instead of map. And then on Ember's side, they're going to ban cargo.
Yeah, so Silent but Deadly being a new team, but almost all of them, or all of them, are veterans to the league. They were previously of Stone Cold Killers and a couple of other teams. And then Ember has been around for at least one season now, and I played them last week, and they are no slouches either. So this should be a pretty good matchup. What are your predictions, Andrea?
I think it's going to be a little bit back and forth. Ember's a little bit of a slow play kind of a team. And I know 3 of the members of Silent but Deadly are from Stone Cold Killers, and they seem to be a little aggressive. So it should be an interesting matchup.
I agree. And for the first map, we are going to Bazaar. We're going to get all of the action. We're going to get close quarters, long distance, everything we could want. We're going to get it fast, and we're going to get it right from the caster's mouth.
Yeah, I know that Ember is really good with Bazaar. They really know what they're doing there, and I'm interested to see what Silent but Deadly can do with being new and not really knowing everybody's dynamic. They're really gonna have to bring it to pull a win out of it.
Yeah, that is a good point. Silent but Deadly's only had one other game so far, so their playtime together might not be as much as Ember.
Yeah, Ember really is a very good cohesive unit. They practice all the time. They're always scrimming, and we're just gonna have to see how it goes.
Yeah, they are a fun team to play against as well, which is always, that always makes the gameplay better. Playing against people that are having fun, you know, when you finish, you can talk to them and they're not hostile, they're just friendly. Talk about the good, the bad nade. It's all fun.
Right. Yeah, I talk to Hailfire all the time, and we can insult each other and still kind of hug and be friends afterwards, so it's pretty great.
Oh yeah, during game, it's only insults all day.
All right, we have all 10 people in the lobby, so we should be getting started here any minute now.
If you weren't keeping up in the Onward Discord, I have picked up another match today, so there will be another match casted by yours truly at 6 Eastern, and a final match by moi at 9:30 Eastern today. So we're going to have a full day of casts on Onward Master League 3, and we also have 2 other casts on Onward Master League 1 and 2 starting at 8:30 and 9 Eastern. So 5 matches to watch today. Just clear your calendars, don't do anything, grab some popcorn, just hang out and watch. Plus, we have the ESL opener grudge match this morning for Global Chem versus Beginners, and Team USA came out on top this time.
Really good to hear. So as far as teams go, over on Ember's side, we have Quokka, Milkman, Hellfire, SliderCon, and Vortex. And then over on the home team, Silent but Deadly, we have Enigma, Dr. Sean, Rush of Light, 4Q, and Dark Tunnel.
Yeah, SPD playing it really, really, I don't know if the word was loose that I would use, because they only have 5 players, so they have to be here for their games. No room for any kind of technical issues.
All right, and I just got the "Are you ready?" from Enigma. I told him to send it, so you'll be dropping it in here very directly.
And we are hopping in. Match 1, round 1. On Bazaar in the Western Objective, the mini market. Silent but Deadly on defense.
Dark Tunnel, you're right there on the tiles.
Looks like Ember got the southeast spawn.
Fucking stop! Hey guys, go boys! Do this one!
Silent but Deadly in super high spirits right now. Let's see if they can keep that up for the entire match.
Looks like Ember's going with a 4-1 split. We have 4 people heading due north and 1 heading due west.
They are already across the street into the bazaar. Oh, I hate these power lines. Very aggressive push on Ember's side. One well-placed grenade right now would take them all out. They're not very spaced out. And they definitely don't have any cover, as we talked about in our last match. Cover versus concealment. This map has lots of one and not as much as the other.
Yeah, all of those little shacks in the middle are only cover. You can shoot right through them, although with reduced damage.
Hillfire moving up. Looks like he's going to go take the stairs, come around on top of 4Q. Let's see how that works out.
Yeah, definitely looks like that's going to be our first point of contact.
Fallout's coming from Silent but Deadly that no one has crossed the street yet, so they're all just waiting until they hear something. Hailfire hearing a smoke, and 4Q putting one out and rotating for no apparent reason, apparently. And Hailfire taking him down from up above. And now the push comes out. As soon as the first shots ring out, they start to move. Ember with that coordinated movement, the team sync, everything's going well for them. Have 4 people deep in the kill box area and 5 people deep in the kill box area. They're all there. Smoke's coming out onto the objective. Good placement. Dark Tunnel picking up Guaca.
I like this position that Hailfire is in, proned out up on that ledge, just watching the objective, see if he can maybe pick off a member of Silent but Deadly.
Yeah, that's a very good position. I've never actually thought about that. You can definitely get some suppression on that objective while your team moves up and not worry about shooting them in the back. Nate coming out to the middle of the street but not catching anyone. Ember needing to capitalize on these smokes because they're about to run out. And there they go. Smokes on objective are gone. Rush of Light and Dr. Sean taking down Hailfire. Enigma taking down Milkman. Enigma's behind them now. Slidercon catching one on the objective. Will he know that Rush is hiding behind those pallets right there? And Enigma's trying to come up behind him, and Vortex is watching.
Yeah, but there's one behind us.
Yeah, I really don't know why Ember threw all those smokes and then didn't rotate. It kind of just let Silent but Deadly know where they were, and now you see that Enigma's rotated around, and now they're kind of surrounded.
Rush of Light picking up Vortex, and Enigma coming in for this final kill. I think they didn't advance in the smokes because they didn't get any on this side of the street. They threw them all onto the objective, and they had no cover to cross.
Yeah, nice, baby. Good job. Yeah.
And just like that, Silent but Deadly takes the first round.
Yeah, it seemed like they were shaping up for a really good push there on Ember's side, but they just sort of stalled out and allowed Silent but Deadly to rotate around and surround them. And yeah.
Now we're going to see what Ember can do on the defense side. Silent but Deadly doing a pretty strong defense. A couple of unorthodox positions, putting 2 on the objective. I feel like they didn't have anyone covering that white car, southwestern approach at all, or the north road. They were really just focused on people crossing that street from the kill box.
Yeah, I guarantee Ember's going to put one person in the western courtyard where that northern stair is, where you can kind of come up and get on top of the roof. Right in that little nook there, you'll see one of Ember hiding and waiting.
I agree. That's probably, yeah, that's a good call. And this is where those radio communications come in with your teammates, because if you're in the kill box waiting for someone to sneak up and walk past you, you can't talk to tell your team that someone's there. So you can take your left hand, or your non-dominant hand, whatever your non-firing hand is, off of your gun and click your radio. You can communicate to your teammates where they're coming from without giving your own position away.
Here we go. Dropping right back into it.
One, round 2.
All right, Silent but Deadly getting the tank spawn.
Hey, someone. Oh, that's my tablet.
Looks like Silent but Deadly is again going with a 4-1 split.
Milkman from Ember running all the way up to the north wall and hiding behind these concrete bags, I guess. But almost all of Silent Deadly has already gone past him on the map. 4Q is looking out the back window to make sure that someone's not in the north wall, but he's already missed Milkman.
And Hailfire in that spot I predicted earlier, if he's patient enough, he could get 3 kills very easily right here.
I love that spot. That is definitely my favorite.
Looks like
They
Dr.
should know
Sean
for
might
it.
know he's there.
Hailfire has no idea that they're there. Wow. And then Enigma taking down Dr. Sean. Team kill. That's unfortunate.
He's going to hear about that back in the tent.
I'm surprised that Ember didn't hear any of them walking up. I mean, I felt like they were making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I think he knew they were there. He's just trying to be patient and get more than 1 kill.
Rush of Light taking the same spot that Hailfire took on that prone upstairs looking at objective.
Smoke when you are.
Enigma and Dark Tunnel getting into position, getting ready to cross. Frags coming out, or smoke's coming out. A little better than last time. They covered the street. But these directional smokes, man, they're so complicated. 4Q downing Milkman. Oh, I don't even know what happened, but he came out of his spot and he got taken down.
Yeah, I don't know that there's actually a way to control which way the smoke comes out when you throw it like that.
There is absolutely not. Good smokes coming in all the way back from 4Q, all the way into the street. A couple didn't make it where they needed, but there are enough to confuse the enemy. And Enigma's crossing the street just like that.
He's on objective.
He's on objective. He's got Tablet out. Is he gonna cap? Can he cap from here?
SliderCon needs to rotate.
He's capping. No one knows that they're there. Enigma's got cover. SliderCon has no idea. Wow. And that is 2 more points for Silent but Deadly. I definitely think Ember needs to work on that those cap angles during practice.
I mean, it's not even like they snuck in there slowly. They ran right in.
They did, yeah. I don't really know why they didn't hear him.
They must have thought that was another member of their own team moving around. That's where it's very important. If you hear movement around the objective, pull your pad out and see if it's one of your own guys. And if it's not, you need to move in there right away.
Yeah, my mentality is if it moves and they haven't called out that they're friendly, they're getting shot.
You know, that's a fair point, and it's a hard lesson to learn from your team, but I think it's a very valuable one.
So we'll see if Ember can make a comeback. Silent but Deadly only has to get 1 more defense point to win this map. They have the South Central Humvee objective, which is a pretty defensible one in my opinion.
I agree, but there's so many angles you can come approach it from. If it gets down to like a 1v1, it's almost impossible to get that.
That is true, because that last person just has to kind of run around and check all those angles. Just leads them to getting killed because they're out in the open. See Noman's in chat cheering on his Inferno team brethren. They're hopping in. Round 3. First map.
All right. Offense is getting a northwest
Pay
spawn.
attention to your tablets.
Yep.
And most of all, have fun, guys.
Yeah, who was that? You better enjoy yourself. I'm watching you, man.
I'm gonna try.
Silent but
I know, I
Deadly.
was gonna
Still in very good spirits. Enigma telling them, most of all, have fun.
Yeah, that is exactly what that team is all about.
Just going along with their namesake, making fart jokes. Ember is opting for a longer approach. They had the quick spawn up the red truck, but they only sent Quokka up, and he's just waiting. And the rest of the team has moved all the way to the east side and is pushing down the east wall.
Yeah, Silent but Deadly has a quote on their map page. Fun is the path to victory. Victory isn't the path to fun.
I definitely think you do better in this game while you're having fun.
Absolutely. If you don't get too serious about it and you're loose, you're able to play so much better. All right, they're approaching the street crossing now.
Doesn't look like
have an
anyone's looking for him though.
No,
They're gonna
they
cross.
should have an easy time.
Oh man, that's a huge miss on Silent but Deadly side, and Quokka over there throwing out suppressing fire and smokes to confuse them and draw all of their vision that way. That's a good play.
And all 4 members of Ember have crossed over unimpeded.
Silent but Deadly looks like they're getting a little panicked. Rush of Light just lobbed a nade onto the objective building, but there's no one there. The only person that's going to stop this push is Enigma waiting back at the spawn building, but he'll only see Ember if they come all the way south. If they cut through that the courtyard area, I don't really know what it's called, but if they cut through there, no one would see them until they were on objective, and that would be really hard to stop, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Ember with a nice 4-man spread, moving as a line. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful line. Look at the map. They're just pushing up and covering all their angles. Their 5th man making chaos in the southwest side.
And I think this sort of coordination is really what separates a rookie team from an experienced one. Both teams still 5 strong, and we only have 3 minutes left. We're halfway through.
Quokka's getting closer and closer to the objective.
One
Just
southeast.
as I say that, Enigma takes down Hellfire.
Yeah, that definitely gave away his position because the only spot that he could have shot him from is over at the spawn building, but he still only has eyes on one if he gets eyes on at all. Vortex is the only one he can see. The other 2 are across the street and behind that wall. So we're going to see how good Enigma is. We have shots ringing out from Quokka taking down Dark Tunnel. Looks like he finally came up the stairs, or Dark Tunnel came down, but they were in the same building. And then Vortex taking down Enigma. Now this 4-man squad, 4 on 4, 4 on 3 now. And Ember just closing in on the objective. Silent but Deadly in a pretty standard formation. They have 1 in the blue room, 1 Rush of Light in a semi-non-standard position, but a good one. And 4Q on the objective, and he takes down Quokka. Quokka takes him down, and Quokka is still revivable.
And now with just under 2 minutes to remain, this close to objective, they have all the time in the world.
Is she confirmed?
Vortex is gonna. I think Vortex is gonna go for this res, but he's gonna get caught out right here when he crosses. And he didn't get. Okay, there it goes. Dr. Sean taking him down.
Should have asked him if he was a scout or what. Yeah.
Now it's all up to SliderCon and Milkman. They know where Dr.
I thought Slider was
Sean
already in
is.
that area, 'cause I think he moved up there.
And Slider takes 1 down, and Dr. Sean trades back. Is he gonna go for the res on Rush of Light? He is. He's gonna get that res.
I don't think he's gonna get Quokka. Quokka's on the other side of that damn wall.
If Milkman rotates out here at the right time, he can catch both of them. He's just a little bit slow.
Yeah, he should have walked up on those pallets and peeked over that wall. Now it's a 2-on-1 with 1 Resable on Ember's side, but pretty much out of reach. 50 seconds left. Milkman goes for it, and he does not make it across the street. What seemed like a very good push on Ember's side just kind of fell apart at the last minute.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure exactly what went wrong. They sort of just picked them off one by one.
Just like that, Silent but Deadly takes the first map 4-0.
You know, I have so little to go off of to predict. I think. Let me look at Ember's stats here. I think we're gonna see Xandria.
We are not going to see a Suburbia.
Downfall day. Okay.
Map 2 is Downfall. Alright, we're just waiting for both teams to ready up. We're going to get into the second map. Now, I played Ember. This was our deciding map against Ember. And let me tell you, this was the most stressful map I've ever played in a game of Onward. I
imagine.
We didn't know where they were coming from. We sat there for 2 solid minutes, and then all of a sudden, one of us goes down. And then this very well-coordinated push comes out. So I think Ember has the ability to take this map.
No doubt about it. They're so good on the coordination, and this map just demands coordination.
And I think they have a couple of sharpshooters on their team as well.
They might. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I can't remember who killed me, but I know he did it from basically halfway across the map.
Right.
But they do like to do a very nice 4-1 split, which I think works out well in this map because as long as your 4 get where they're going without being seen and your 1 guy does the shots, man, it confuses everyone. And we are hopping into the next round just like that.
And in chat, Noman's saying comebacks are so real, though, and he's absolutely right. They are.
Remember, they could come that way. So
I know the Ember's not going to get down on themselves. They're going to maybe even push even harder to make sure they get those 2 map wins.
And Ember getting a good spawn for their style of play. They're back in the crate or in the Marsoc spawn. They have the ability to move wherever they want without anyone seeing them. Silent but Deadly is not going to get super aggressive on this defense, I wouldn't think.
I'm in position.
Yeah, taking up pretty standard spots. Dr. Sean in the lower or east red car building. Enigma in the center sandbags. Dark Tunnel on the bottom side of objective building. Rush of Light way back in the back on the north watch. And 4Q in that little underneath area of the north guard. Now Ember is already up to the upper dumpster area and in position, and I haven't heard any call-outs yet with their 1 member flanking to the North Hotel, Quokka, and he's going to be the one that causes all of this havoc.
Yeah, it looks like their aggressive push have kind of slowed down. Now they're going to take their time and clear the buildings.
I think they just wait until that guy gets into North Hotel.
You want me to cross the red truck?
He's now up on the 2nd floor of the North Villa. I don't know who he can. I don't think he can see anyone from there though. Putting out shots just to put out shots is great, but if you're not putting them at least towards somebody,
Tell me when to do this.
You're not going to be able to really get them nervous to move.
Calling out to his team. He's ready. Let him know when to go. Got a 4X on that AK-5C, and he's ready to shoot. Position. Let's see. Who can he see?
Russian Light is outside of the north guard.
He's on the backside, right?
Yeah, backside. He won't be able to see him, but if he rotates around, he might catch him. Other than that, everybody's just tucked in super tight.
Yeah. I don't know if that position or that plan is going to be effective. He might have to get down and move to the North Hotel, or even move from the villa up to the next upper or East Red Truck. Sorry, but it looks like he's starting to move now.
He's being cautious, which is well advised.
Nobody should have eyes on him though, right? I mean, Enigma's looking the other way, and everyone else is tucked in a building.
He's keeping his head down. There's no line of sight there at all.
Silent but Deadly having a pretty standard defense pattern, though. They're just drawing a little box around the objective. Although the one side that they let loose is the one where most of the Ember folks are going to come from. But I think that center sandbags might be able to stop it if he just holds his position and doesn't give it away.
Yeah, they don't have real good cover on the southwestern approach, and I think that is what Ember's going to go for.
Hailfire moving up on the street towards Center Hotel, and SliderCon moving up to those sandbags. They have a really good spread, and they should definitely be able to shoot anything that shoots back at them. At least one person. Vortex going on the far east approach. Milkman just kind of hanging back and looking for people.
And time's starting to get away from them a little bit, I think. 2.5 minutes left. They need to get a move on.
Shots coming out from Rush. Oh, he looks like he spotted out Quaka on that North Hotel. So, but I didn't hear any radio call-outs from Rush, so I don't know if. Yeah, no one else is rotated or looking. So maybe they're just holding their angles like they should. I mean, they might not be able to be drawn out like a rookie team.
Yeah, Vortex is rotating around. He's looking for that angle. And he's about to get it.
Yep. Here it comes. Rush is going to have to stand up to reload and get shot. That's why when you're prone, you throw your mags on the ground beforehand.
Exactly. And just like that, Enigma does get the refrag on Vortex.
But Enigma is about to run into SliderCon. SliderCon takes him out without any frustration.
1 minute 20 remaining on the clock.
The only person they really have to worry about now is 4Q, because he has eyes on the objective. But they should know that someone's in that window. I mean, that's a pretty standard window for this objective. And if they can take him out, they can basically just walk up without anyone seeing them. Dr. Sean and Enigma, or who's that? Dark Tunnel would have to come out of their buildings to get them.
Yeah, Quokka would be able to rotate around into the backside of Enigma, but with only 45 seconds left on the clock, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it.
Actually, if Slider just goes upstairs, he can cap. Hailfire's running in here now. Taking shots on Dark Tunnel. Dark Tunnel's out. The objective is open. They are downstairs, and they are going to be capping. Tablet out.
Hellfire's pad out.
Shots coming out. Grenades coming out, but no one can get in there. 4Q is coming for it. Ember won because Silent but Deadly was eliminated. And they should have
just held on. They could have just held on.
Another one of those communication things. I know that's happened to us a couple of times where we say, I'm capping and don't shoot the last person, but sometimes you just can't stop yourself. Oh, that's the wrong person. 1 point to Ember.
How much time was left on the clock?
I do not remember. I know it was pretty close. Maybe that's why they killed.
That could be too. Yeah, that'd be my advice to Ember, is make sure you have some sort of signal where they know don't shoot the last guy.
I think ours is pretty standard. We just smash the radio multiple clicks. If you hear just a volley of clicks, then that means that someone's capping. We'll see what Ember can do on the defense side. If they can put up a good... I mean, in my opinion, this is a pretty standard objective to defend. There's only so much you can do without getting too overexposed. So maybe Silent but Deadly will know where they're going to be. Free fire those windows and whatnot. It's also worth mentioning that I'm 90% sure that they did not allow the new grenade launcher or RPG, which would really help in this scenario because you could just lob a 203 right through a window and take someone out.
Agreed. You know, I was talking to Buxton about this, and we didn't know there's a new rule written that the grenade launchers are not allowed until further notice, future notice. So does the post by Sleepy circumvent that, or does the rule circumvent what Sleepy said?
I think, wasn't the post by Sleepy before the rules were rewritten? Which Sleepy said that it's okay if both teams agree, but then we were voting on it as a league to put them in permanently. And that vote hasn't happened yet. So I'm assuming that's what the rules are referring to, is that it's banned because it hasn't been allowed. But I mean, I'm not a mod, so I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't use a 203, even if both teams agreed.
Maybe we should, after this match,
Yeah, we should definitely find out, because there are also maps that are not, you know, are on both teams agree. So that'd be fun to see a nice Snow Peak map.
I know you like Snow Peak.
I love Snow Peak. We are hopping into round 2.
Wait for the timer.
I thought they said they fixed it where you can pull the smoke.
Wait,
Yeah, they did, but wait for the timer so it lasts longer. Is the point.
never mind.
On the tail, please.
Oh, and they brought back the.
Lots of defensive smokes coming out from Ember on the tail of the helicopter. SliderCon moving all the way up into the center sandbags. I'm not sure why all these smokes came out. I mean, they could have, I guess, Silent but Deadly could have had the quick spawn, but I would much rather have a frag on defense or a flash on defense than smokes. Rush of Light getting very, very aggressive here.
And Ember with 3 people. I'd like to see how this plays out for them.
I mean, apparently they definitely don't want to be capped on.
Well, that is the sole responsibility of Volt. Keep Marsoc from capping.
Frag coming out from Rush, but it's too far. Not catch anybody. Looks like we have 2 more Marsoc over at the Marsoc Twins, going down into the valley now, and one at North Villa and one just south of that. So it looks like they're setting up for a nice push. Rush seeing Quokka in that far right window, putting out shots but not actually hitting anything. I think he was hitting the hitbox. I don't think the shots were making it past the wall that he was on. SliderCon just trained on his position now, waiting for him to come around since he knows that he's really close. Got a Dark Tunnel snaking his way from North Villa to North Hotel.
Yeah, you can tell he definitely does not want to be seen.
A lot of movement without any actual contact or any real contact. Now, with the new ESL changes, this would be even faster because they'd already be down a minute, right? It's 5-minute rounds for the ESL rounds. Milkman barely catching a glimpse of Dark Tunnel proning into North Hotel. Not getting any shots on him though. But man, that's a good catch.
He had just a sliver of an angle to see him. He must have only just barely seen his head crawling along there. That was impressive.
I just killed a.
Enigma calling out that he killed something, but he didn't take out anyone. Dr. Sean putting shots onto the objective building and not hitting anything.
Trying to shoot at the helicopter. I don't know if anybody actually did.
Smoke's coming out from Dr. Sean and 4Q, getting ready to push to the North Hotel or Center Hotel.
Moving up the heli.
Rush of Light calling out positions, and he's definitely going to get shot because he called out that he's running for the helicopter. Rush of Light now pointing at his own teammates, unsure of the shots. SliderCon about to take him out. Doesn't get it, but Rush of Light is going to burn to death, I think. And there goes Rush of Light. Such an unfortunate trade because SliderCon had him dead to rights and just couldn't line up the shots. But he got the kill anyways because apparently he set Rusher on fire. 4Q taking out Quokka.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate for Quokka. He did spot them approaching. I don't know if he got the radioed in or not.
Okay, still 4 of us up. 1 minute 41.
Minute 40 left. Silent but Deadly up 4-3. Dr. Sean putting out shots onto the objective building now. Good smokes coming out, blocking. Well, and they rolled. They were good smokes, and then they stopped being good smokes. They're not really blocking anything now.
Does look like Ember's a little bit nervous. The way they're all tucked in here, they're not going to be able to see everybody approaching all that well.
Milkman taking out Dr. Sean. Enigma running up and getting taken down by Vortex. It is now a 3-2, and Ember has all 3 ready on the objective still. Got one Silent but Deadly at Center Hotel, throwing a nice nade. Doesn't get anybody. Air bar is too short. And the other Silent but Deadly, 54 seconds left, is still up in the North Hotel and not going to be able to really see anything. And not enough time to rotate down at this point. It takes more than 40 seconds to run there.
That it does. And 4Q over here at the food truck, he could run in and maybe get it.
How fast do you think he can
right
cap
on the objective?
How well do you think
He's
he
gonna
has it
need
memorized?
Hellfire.
Here we go. He's going in. He's coming in. He's taking out Hailfire. He's got him. He's got the tablet out.
Milkman rotating around. If he can just
He's
get
typing.
down
He's
there.
typing. He's typing. And Milkman's coming around the corner.
And what?
Oh! And 12 seconds left.
He did stop the cap, and it looks like it's going to go to Ember. There's no way he can run up this fast.
And Vortex getting the final pick on Dark Tunnel. That is 1.2. Silent but deadly.
This has been a very exciting map. Both
no,
rounds
Ember
have
won
come
that
right down
one.
to the wire.
Wrong. Scoreboard announcement was wrong. That is another point to Ember. Know what I'm doing, folks? Just trust me. That's why Xandria's here. He's here to keep me on my toes and check my mat.
Yeah. So what do you think about those last 2 rounds? They both came right down to the wire.
Yeah, I think Ember's playing to their strengths, and they're using that time, trying to make them nervous, getting into good positions before approaching. But I don't know if it's going to keep paying off, especially because this next objective is basically in the same location. I mean, it's the closest one to that. So there's a lot of the same defensive spots, but slightly more to the east. So I don't know. Maybe they'll get quick spawn this time and have to do something coming down the north side. But running out the clock like that, man, I don't know. I'd be a lot more nervous running out the clock than last man standing. You know, if I only have a minute left and we have to get to the cap, even if we've got 5 people up, like that's still hard to do.
It really is, because you're sort of panicked yourself. You're trying to move fast. You're not able to clear the corner as good.
If I'm last man standing, all I have to do is shoot anything that makes a noise.
Right. Easy peasy.
Yeah, no big deal. Thunder Pilot comes around a corner, just shoot him.
All right, we should be getting into it here pretty quickly.
So no one
Everybody's ready?
banned Quarantine. Do you think we're going to see Quarantine as the final map?
Let me analyze the stats here for a second.
Are hopping to round 3 of map 2.
Is that or Tanker? It's gonna be Quarantine or Tanker.
I think it'd be a fun one.
Alright, guys. What are we doing? We're having fun!
Silent but Deadly is still in great spirits and having fun, which is all they care about.
Coming.
I'm going the exact same way.
I mean, they're still not in a bad position. Even if they lose this map, it's gonna go to the third map and they could take it.
Ember doing another 4-1 split from the Marsoc spawn.
And we're seeing kind of a north push on defense. They're really moving out far.
See the exact same spots that they took on the last one, though. They've got Enigma in the center sandbags and Dr. Sean on the West Red truck building. 4Q, a little off objective. Definitely not able to get back to it in any safe amount of time, but he has a good line of sight all the way down through the village past the helicopter.
Looking at this defense, there's a really strong northern defense, and then we're getting a southern push from Marsoc. This could be interesting.
Yeah, Dark Tunnel is their most southern defender, but he is looking towards the north. So I don't know if that's going to pay off very well. Well, we're basically seeing the exact same plays that we saw on the last offensive Ember side. I mean, they've got their one person, Quokka. Yep, moving towards the north. They've got the other 4 stacked up on the upper and lower dumpster buildings.
Yeah, I am having terrible deja vu right now.
The only person that's out of position from last round is Dark Tunnel. Clock's just gonna tick down. We're gonna be in 2 minutes into the game and no shots have been fired, no callouts have been made. This is when I'm the most stressed. I don't like not knowing where people are. It's stressful to me.
Wait, last time didn't Hailfire die right here?
I believe so. Because he got caught out by Rush, right? He's behind the North Watch area.
Yeah.
Takes across the street.
Okay, Hailfire just called him out. They know he's there. Well, if Hailfire just stood up and moved to the east a little bit, he could get Dark Tunnel.
I don't know if he saw him. I think he called out for Vortex to cross the street.
Oh, is that what it was?
I don't think he saw Dark Tunnel there.
Getting a little bit of movement here at Upper Dumpster.
Rush of Light
It's like-
getting ready to shoot Hailfire again in the same spot. Just barely peeking that corner. Why he hasn't seen him yet. I definitely think Hailfire knows Dark Tunnel's there because he's been moving up this wall with his gun trained on him for the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, Dark Tunnel's talking and Hailfire can hear him. Rush of Light taking down Vortex. Rush of Light rotated out of his position. If he had just stayed there, he probably could have caught Hailfire too.
With 2:30 remaining. Boy, Hailfire just knows something's right there.
Yeah, he definitely has to have heard Dark Tunnel. He just needs to get up in there. Basically, just put his gun over the wall and shoot, but he keeps moving forward.
This
What's
is
he
not
trying
good.
to do? Not gonna make this corner. Oh, and Dark Tunnel. Shoots him in the back.
You know, he's just west of.
Shoot him again, Dark Tunnel. He's giving away those callouts.
Danger.
Again. He definitely hit him with that down shot. I saw blood come out, but he didn't go dead.
And Milkman and SliderCon pushing along this APC wall. They're slowly moving up.
Yeah, I don't think they need to worry about the Dark Tunnel's defensive position. Because Enigma's definitely going to get him before.
1 minute, 1 minute, come on, 1 minute.
Enigma's standing up and
1 minute
we're
left.
looking the right way.
Milkman gets taken down by Enigma. SliderCon knows he's there. But he's just standing out in the middle of nowhere in the open. It's a terrible position for SliderCon. Quokka's running in on another building. I think he's trying to find someone in there. SliderCon took his eyes off of Enigma.
It was kind of an interesting retreat. He was walking backwards with his gun trained on Enigma's location.
Quokka catching Dr. Sean in that corner, but getting taken down, and then Dark Tunnel taking down SliderCon. And just like that, Silent but Deadly took another point.
Why did he move out there? Hailfire called him out.
Wait, did I call that wrong? Who just won that one? Ember won that one. Scoreboards,
No,
man. Silent
but Deadly did.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Silent but Deadly. Yeah. Getting all confused. I don't trust the scoreboards anymore.
So now Ember's back on defense. I think Ember's a little bit stronger on defense on this map. I think there's a good chance they're going to get the point this round.
I agree, and I definitely think Ember's not one to do the exact same defensive strat like Silent but Deadly was, which I'm surprised, but it worked out. I mean, maybe you don't check the same spot twice, right? I mean, who does that? Who sends their people to the same spots?
I don't know. Speaking of the possibility of a tanker map, how do you feel about tanker becoming part of the meta now?
I love it. My team has played it a couple of times, and it's a very fun map.
Yeah, I concur. It's like cargo, but better.
And it allows you to use your night vision. It allows you to use different strats. I mean, it's not just a run and gun. You get to use some shield. You get to use some smoke, some frag. It's basically the best of everything. But it's a night map, so you have to, you have to adjust your loadouts, and you have to worry about what points you're going to give up. Do you want to give up a smoke to get night vision? Do you want to give up a flash? Do you want to lose your primary attachment, like a flashlight or whatnot? I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it than just playing like you would play cargo.
Right.
We are hopping into round 4. Map 2.
And Ember just doesn't seem that worried about it.
Whoever takes the Marsoc, North Marsoc, you need to make sure they're not going to flank around on the northeast on us.
Yep.
Hey, 4 down here, 4 down here.
A little bit of post-tent planning still coming out from Silent but Deadly.
Okay, no, you're fine. Just make sure you don't get
Yeah, it's really hard to nail down your offensive plan on this map because the spawns are so different.
Yeah, you definitely
never
have
know
to
what they're
have
gonna be.
a plan A and a plan B and be able to just flip between one.
I really like this defensive position from SliderCon. Very aggressive.
Shots coming out from Rush at Arsenic's Rocks. I'm not 100% sure what he was shooting at. I can't really see.
APC bungalow facing us.
Oh, he saw him through the window. Okay, yes. He knows where SliderCon is. Just a lot of suppressing fire coming out from Rush. Take a look at this defense here. You have one in the center hotel looking backwards towards objective. Yep, that's a good spot. Got Vortex just laying down behind these rocks. I don't know how much cover that really affords him, but I also don't think anyone's going to be looking for him there. I mean, that's not somewhere I would normally expect someone. Hailfire in the bottom story of the North HQ. Missing somebody. Where's the last person? Milkman, there he is in the North Watch. Vortex taking down Enigma.
And right before Enigma died, he called out dumpster building first or second floor, but that was his guy.
Wow. Bit of confusion on the silent but deadly side. Dr. Sean taking down Hailfire through that little window.
I'm shooting basement. All right, get ready to smoke.
He doesn't know that he took him out, though.
Smoking now.
Good coordination of the smokes, but I think those are some pretty bad throws. Getting eaten by the building, basically.
All right, suppress that, Q. I'm going to suppress basement. Let's go.
Lots of good call-outs and communication coming from Silent but Deadly. Suppressing fire coming out, but no one's actually started moving yet.
I kind of like what 4Q did there. He threw a smoke right on SliderCon's position, blocking his view.
Dr. Sean a little confused. He said, "You were supposed to cross when I shot all those shots." Love it. Now, sometimes the plans just don't work out the way you expect. Dark Tunnel going in here. About to run into Quokka on this top floor. He's not going to look up the right side, and he's going to get taken down in the back, from the back. Now we've got Rush of Light coming in, trying to get this frag. He's got a pistol out. And he doesn't get it either. That's a bad peek right there. Quokka having taken down 2. Vortex picking up Dr. Sean on the south. He's resible and he's behind cover.
That's putting us into a 4v 1.5.
I don't know. 4Q's gonna try for it, I think. I mean, Dr. Sean's giving him good callouts. What was that?
I don't know. Maybe he
An
thought somebody was
airburst
over there?
frag? Milkman taking down Quokka. Just some team kills on the defense over there. Not good.
With a minute and 36 remaining, they might be getting a little nervous.
Can't fucking see.
There he goes. Vortex takes him down. 4Q saying, "I can't see anything," and then boom, headshot. Just like that.
And don't believe that title's on the screen. Ember definitely won that round.
It most certainly did.
Putting Ember up 3-1. This could be the last round.
Ember on offense. You think they can take this one? It is the upper dumpster building now. I think this is a pretty capable objective.
Yeah, this is very capable for them. That would be nice. Get them a 5-1 on this map and tying up the series.
hopefully we get into this next round really quickly. I don't know. What do you think? So, okay, Silent but Deadly is on defense. Where do you think they're going to be placing their people? Do you want to spread out off of this objective? Do you want to risk it? You get a little aggressive, put someone in like one in the Marsoc Twins, one in the north or the center bungalow, one in center hotel, or do you want to stay basically stacked up on both of the dumpster buildings?
I think if I were them and I knew Ember the way I know Ember, I'd put one in each of the dumpster buildings and one over in this building that looks over the valley, because you know they're going to come down the valley.
The white building?
At least one or two people. Yeah, white building.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're probably going to come through the valley. Who knows? They might get the quick spawn. They might spawn at those tanks right there, and then they just have to come over the hill at Marsoc, and that could be a hard thing to defend from.
Even if that is the case, you're still going to see one or two come through the valley.
True.
Okay, we did lose one player, so we're waiting on a reconnect. Enigma's calling a timeout.
We are going to throw you over to an intermission then so we can sort out these tech problems, and we will be back shortly. And we are hopping right back into round 5 on map 2. Ember versus Silent but Deadly. Or my camera positioning. Oh, you can't get quick spawn on this one. It's the upper dumpster. The lower dumpster is the one you can get quick spawn on.
Right. Okay.
Silent but Deadly's defense getting super aggressive and out of position. They're sending 3 towards the Marsoc spawn.
Copy that. Northeast, I see movement in the distance.
And again with a 4-1 split on Ember. 1 heading north and 4 heading southeast.
I don't know if Ember's going to be ready for this kind of push. I mean, this is super aggressive. And if Enigma and Dark Tunnel, who's their other guy? Rush of Light. They've only got 1 person to deal with in the northeast side, and they already called him out. So if they take him out, then they're just going to come crashing in on the rest of Ember from the east side, and that will not be good for them. But Enigma and Dark Tunnel kind of just standing out, hiding behind bushes and such, but very, very open. Shots coming out from 4Q. Downing.
Shit, my bad.
Not downing, but shooting at his own team.
I wonder if Silent but Deadly is going to end this northern push or southern push and then rotate back, or if they're going to continue pushing around.
Well, Vortex just took out Dr. Sean, who was on objective, I assume. Enigma's coming around the corner to take out Quokka. They're trading, and both of them go down. Now there's no one stopping this aggressive eastern defense. Dark Tunnel still checking the corner because he's unsure if Enigma got him because he died before getting callouts. And Rush of Light rotating back towards the objective building.
Yeah, I definitely think rotating back was a safe play. It would have been interesting, though, to see somebody continue on and come back behind Ember.
Yeah, I definitely think if I had made it that far, I would have continued at least 1 person to flank. Rush getting suppressed.
Fucking hell. I'm down on pin.
4Q getting the revive on Dr. Sean.
What the hell?
Dark Tunnel should see Vortex, but he doesn't, and he's just going to run up to the APC. He should be getting shot any moment now. Wow, he made it all the way into the APC, and he's now behind the wall. Milkman going for a flank into this center bungalow. Really, all they have to do is stay alive and keep this push from happening. I mean, they're doing a pretty effective job of holding Ember back. They haven't crossed the midpoint of the map yet.
And Dark Tunnel and Slider kind of really close to each other, although I don't think either is aware of the other's location.
Yeah, you can't really hear a whole lot when you're standing next to that APC, man. It's super loud. Devs, it's super loud. Who leaves a running APC?
The military. And Milkman running out here.
Milkman running out? Oh, but Dark Tunnel caught him. That was a close one. I thought Milkman was going to get that. Slidercon taking out Dr. Sean on the objective building. And Dark Tunnel not even hearing the shots. I mean, that's how loud this APC is. Rush of Light taking down Slider, though.
Yeah, I was just wondering if SliderCon would have been able to hear those suppressed shots from Dark Tunnel.
Dark Tunnel might be able to see Hailfire. I mean, their heads are just peeking out. But Vortex with those sniper shots, man, taking down Dark Tunnel just like that. And we are into a 2v2 with both of the Silent but Deadly members on the objective building.
Oh, is it?
Really gonna...
Wow, 4Q catching out Hailfire in a nice cross.
One remaining eye. Cross it.
Rush of Light moving down into the lower area. Vortex, oh, taking out Rush.
Now we're into a 1v1 with a minute and a half remaining.
4Q rotated off of there.
Oh, you fucker.
Oh my god. Just like that. Wow, Ember takes the point. Vortex with some amazing shots.
And he celebrated, and it was
Threw his
very
gun
just.
off them.
Yeah.
Ember taking map 2 downfall.
You know, just as Noman said, you can definitely come back no matter how down you are. And now we have, you know, the series is 1-1 right now, and I really am looking forward to see what map we have and how they play it.
So ignore the map screen because it's freaking out on me, but the bans are Subway and Cargo. So we've already played Downfall and Bazaar. I would love to see a Quarantine Night. That's what either Quarantine would be good for me, but I would really like to see a Quarantine Night, and I think it's let's see. Silent but Deadly opted to take team first, so they could do that again, or they have choice right now, right? It's their option.
Right, but they said they were going to go with team for first and third, so it's going to be Ember's choice, and we're going into Suburbia.
Alrighty then.
You know, looking at the match page, Ember actually has a better win rate on Quarantine Night, but the sample size is very small.
And not a whole
Maybe
lot
they
of people
felt more
play
comfortable.
it.
Yeah, maybe they had a better, just felt better about Suburbia. And it looks like we're going into that center house objective first round. It's always a tough one, both defense and offense. You know, on defense, if you have one or two people upstairs and they get taken out, there's no way to rotate in. And on offense, you know, they're up there. You have to climb the stairs and not die. It's just always difficult both ways.
Do you normally opt to throw a nade up there? Because every time I've tried to throw one up the stairs, it doesn't go where I want it to go.
You know, I'm really bad at throwing grenades. I usually like hit it off the wall and it comes back at me.
Yeah, trying to get it up in that little crack between the stairs and the top floor is super hard for me. I have seen teams, however, do more of a suicide bomber approach where they have a shield user run in with the frag in their hand. And that seems to work well.
It's a very interesting tactic.
I've seen a lot of new tactics from all these new teams, though, so it's always refreshing.
Definitely. It's always good to see everybody kind of shake it up a little bit.
I think my favorite new tactic that I've seen, which wasn't actually from a new team this season, was it was on Tanker. It was on the downstairs center objective on Tanker, and one of the one of the Marstock players just stood above it and shot down at the ground, making a ton of sound cover and allowing their team to move around downstairs without anyone knowing where they were. And I was like, that is genius. I mean, that is using the game's mechanics to its potential.
That's very interesting.
I can't remember if it actually worked out for him or not, but I was very impressed with the level of planning that they had on that map.
Alright, we're just waiting for Enigma to ready up, and as I say that, it readies up, and we're dropping into it.
Round 1 on match 3.
Am I 30 feet tall for you as
I
well?
don't think I'm gonna go that way.
Okay.
I don't think anybody should go that way. Hey, no, don't go that way.
BD making a good call, warning about that pre-fire that can come out from lane 3.
Yeah, I do like to utilize that, and I try to always watch out for it. You don't see it very often, though. Dark Tunnel with a very aggressive position here, up on lane 3.
marker window.
Yeah, it's a good position. I've seen a lot more aggressive positions from this. That one being one, getting up behind sandbags in lane 2, on either side of the fence, or on the hedges, basically, and even behind that Jersey barrier in lane 2, where you can't shoot, you can't peek and shoot until they walk past you. But if you just lay there, they'll never know you're there. Now, Quokka getting all the way down lane 4 without Dark Tunnel seeing him. Man, a frag, just a random frag. Maybe he did get called out, because Dark Tunnel had a perfect line of sight across that backyard on him. But maybe he just didn't want to take the shots to give away his position, because he's in that very forward position.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was as if 4Q knew he was there.
Or maybe it's just one of those time grenade things. You know, we see some of the more veteran teams, they just, at a certain point, they're like, there's got to be someone there, and they lob some nice air bursts. Another confirmation nade coming out, not making it far enough to get Quokka.
Hey, Vortex is going to get this easy revive.
Rest of the I would not want to be Dark Tunnel right now. Milkman, Slidercon, and Hailfire basically standing on top of him, and he is not moving at all. I mean, this is the kind of patience we were talking about the other day, where you just sit and wait.
And they're all being fairly quiet. I don't know if Dark Tunnel even knows they're all there. Well, they've got to know now. Milkman just put his tablet away.
Hailfire running into Dr. Sean at the tank, and Dr. Sean getting the best of that trade. Pretty sure Milkman just made call-outs, and Dark Tunnel knows exactly where he is. Oh, and he catches him. I don't know how he saw that, but that was impressive. Dr. Sean getting another one from his tank position, Slidercon. And we're 2 minutes, we're almost 3 minutes in now, and Ember hasn't even tried to get into the house yet.
I might have got him put around. He might be baiting it.
Vortex walking right across the front porch, though, taking out Dr. Sean. With 4Q taking him back. That was a very bold move, in my opinion.
It's putting us into a 3v2 in favor of Silent but Deadly.
Silent but Deadly has 2 on the objective upstairs, and then they've got the one back in the spawn house that has a decent line of sight on anyone that tries to come in this front door. As long as you've got a good shot there.
They heard the nade from Quokka. Is he gonna try and throw it up into that window? He sure is.
And he didn't get it.
That is a tough throw. I've tried that multiple times and it's not easy.
I saw someone do it the other day, and I was like, man, I don't know if it's skill or luck, but Enigma taking down Milkman on the stairs. And it's all up to Quokka now. But he has to deal with 2 defenders on the upstairs.
Behind middle north.
I think if I were him, I would try to rotate around, get 4Q, maybe go into spawn house and try to pick off the 2 upstairs from across the street.
Maybe, but I mean, oh, and he doesn't get the shots. 4Q taking him out.
Nice. Well done, everybody. Good job.
Yeah, it was a very strong showing from Silent but Deadly for sure.
There's definitely still time for Ember to take this map. I don't know if their slow play is a benefit or a detriment on this style map, though. It's a very close quarters. Especially on this objective. Like, you really have to get in there.
Yeah, you kind of just have to catch the enemy off guard, just overpower, cause confusion.
We'll see what Ember does on defense as soon as we get into this next round. I think they're going to stack 2, 3, all 5? How many people do you think they're gonna put in the middle house?
I think we'll see 3, maybe 1 downstairs, 2 upstairs, and then we're gonna have 2 wide, like maybe over near burning house and over. Probably 1 back at spawn house.
I think I'd like to see 2 upstairs, 1 downstairs, 1 in lane 2 up by those sandbags under that window. I think that's a good spot, and then 1 over in that other aggressive position by the Humvee. I feel like they could do a decent amount of damage from those positions. But really, as long as you can just hold the house and they can't get a nade in the window, then they have to come past you. You do 2 downstairs and 3 upstairs and have a solid defense, because as long as you stay low and out of the windows, they have to come to you.
I think we might see a shield on offense. I don't know. I've seen that work out really well on this objective.
Does Ember? No, Silent but Deadly is on offense. Do they have any shield players that you know of?
Not that I know of, but I mean, with 3 of their members being 3 seasons of experience, they've got to have something.
Also true. We are hopping into round 2 on map 3, the final map. If you're just tuning in, you've missed about 75%.
And we are in a 1 map versus 1 map, so the series is tied up. This is what's going to decide the series.
Silent but Deadly still in great spirits. No shield though, so let's see if they just rush. Nice nade clearing out that back area, but no one's there to accept it. Milkman taking out Enigma from underneath the APC, which is a pretty hard spot to shoot back at from this angle. But Rush of Light, I think he's gonna decide to peek the corner.
Ooh, and from underneath the tank.
And 4Q taking down Milkman. A smoke going way long. I mean, that's back wall of spawn house. I don't really know where he's throwing another one over there. I don't know what he's trying to block with them, but he's definitely trying. And a nade comes out.
Yeah, Quokka definitely knows that Dr. Sean's right here. And they trade.
Quokka dying and Dr. Sean just going down though. A good resible position with all the rest of the defenders in the top of the house. Hellfire taking down Dark Tunnel.
That was a really good angle from Hellfire. Yeah, it looks like everybody from Silent but Deadly is rotating over to get that res.
Okay, guys, come for the revive to take a shot.
There's really nobody that's going to tell them no right now on that revive.
Yeah, I don't even think if they like peeked out that top window, I don't think they have an angle.
Yeah, he's right here. He's
I don't
dead.
think so
I don't
either.
think anything's in the front of the house. I think they're all in the house.
That'll put them into a 3v3. That'll be a pretty... definitely give them a chance at getting this, at least eliminate all the enemies. I don't know if they're going to get a cap. There's really no way. I mean, you've got to kill everybody upstairs to do it.
Dr. Sean is up and back alive. I think I would opt to send him up the stairs first since he's already down on health.
Right.
Possibly one main 2, yeah?
3 minutes left, yep. I'm going to go around into the spawn house. You guys get ready to push into the house. I will be in.
Yeah, I think the only way they can get a cap right now is to do the cap off the stairs, but I just don't think Ember's going to allow that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Dr. Sean rotating into the spawn house. But he shouldn't be able to see anything if Ember just stays low.
Yeah, it does look like they're doing a very good job of that. Alright, they're starting to circle around downstairs.
Imagine 2 of us.
Or Q. Taking down 1 and 2, and then getting shot in the back. SliderCon. SliderCon taking down the second one. Wait, what just happened? Oh my god.
Oh my god, what the fuck just happened?
Rush of Light's tracking went crazy, but he got the kill. Oh man.
That was
I
very
don't-
unfortunate and lucky, depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, that was crazy. Someone in chat, please clip that. That is now 2 points to Silent but Deadly on Suburbia. Now we're going into one of the harder objectives, in my opinion, the North Red Car.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Ember had the drop on him at the top of the stairs. Would that glitch have made it impossible for him to hit?
It looked
hit the
to
body?
me like he went into the ground.
Yeah, like he was stretching out all weird.
Yeah, I definitely have to watch a clip of that. I think I got all of it on camera, but I was a little confused, so I think I might have stopped managing the camera and just, you know, staring jaw dropped at the action. But yeah, I don't really know what happened.
Yeah, definitely clip that and drop the link in chat for us. All right, red car objective. How do you feel about this objective?
Well, I'm not a fan of either of the North objectives, but I like the red car one better than the white car one. I think on the red car, people get a little overzealous on the cap, so that it just makes it easier to defend. We're going into round 3 on map 3.
Alright, we know our spots. Let's do it.
Get him, boys. Real proud.
And Silent but Deadly feeling really good.
Fucking stinking.
Oh, did you start again? God damn it, E.
Oh wow.
Oh man, you know, I just want to play a game with these guys.
Yeah, they're probably really fun to play with.
Rush of Light taking this being one with the bush approach, just hiding in these flower beds. Man, that's a good spot. I've never really thought of it. If you can stay still, you could probably get a couple of kills from there. Because I would assume that if you shot someone, they would shoot back at the black car, assuming that's where you're at behind it. And I think Enigma.
You know the way.
Nade coming out onto Enigma, but it goes a little far. Is it gonna get him? It is gonna get him. He got caught on the side of the street. The little curb stopped it.
Lane 4, I'm watching 4, I'm watching 4, I'm watching. I don't see anybody, I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody. Stay low, stay low. Okay.
The res comes out. Unfortunately, a wasted nade, but a good spot on all the defense. Got Enigma laying down, Rush of Light laying down. Got 4Q in another spot laying down, and then Dr. Sean and Dark Tunnel on the southern porches. Rush of Light getting one from his flower bed spot. And it looks like this nade that's right in front of him got eaten by the curb or the street or something. Oh, Rush calling out a second kill, but he didn't take anyone down. However, he did pick up Milkman, and he's now they're calling 1 remaining, and there's 3 up on Ember still. 4Q downing Quokka. Enigma taking down Hailfire, and wow, just like that.
Yeah, I think Ember was a little over aggressive on that. Kind of pushed out without clearing, and I just don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think it's super aggressive if you're gonna come right through that lane and go, because you're gonna have to go for the porch on your right, if you come through lane 3. But they had no smoke covering anything to the north of that, so anyone sitting on the north side of that road could have seen him and shot him. Especially when you're black on white against that fence. I mean, you're a giant standing target at that point.
Right. Now, if you're in Ember's shoes right now, do you feel defeated, or do you just push forward and try as hard as possible?
Oh, I would not be giving up. I would be trying as hard as possible. I mean, they can still make a comeback.
They absolutely could.
I think that Silent but Deadly's unorthodox defensive positions on that last one might have leaned that heavily in their favor. I mean, those are spots that I would not have. I would only have been looking for the guy on the porch out of all the spots that they had.
Yeah, I agree. We should be dropping into it right now. Everybody's ready, and
Tactic noises. I mean, you gotta give them a little chance to plan. This is their game point. Ready? What are we waiting on? I want to see some shooting.
yeah, I want to see what hopefully isn't the last round of the series.
I think that Ember should put a player either behind the red car on the northeast side, or behind that Jersey barrier or something to cover lane 4 a little better. That red car is a good spot because you can peek underneath it and not get shot. As far as I'm aware, unless they've changed the patch, you can't get shot from underneath the red car because of the hitbox. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful noises. We're going into round 4 on map 3.
Yeah, we have that clip in chat right now. Thank you for that.
This better be a good spot, AF.
It's not. It's really not.
I didn't think it would be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
And Quoke is really pushing up aggressively here. He might catch 4Q.
I think 4Q knows where he is, and I don't know what Quok is planning on doing.
He's about to throw a grenade there. No, he does not.
Frag catching him. Barely. I think that's right at the edge of that downing area. 4Q coming up and confirming that kill, and that's one down for Ember already. Not a good way to start the match. Some bad nades coming out, hitting these trees and just getting stuck. But there's a ton of smoke coming out on lane 4. Slidercon's sitting right inside of it, and no one sees him. Okay, there we go. There's the kill coming out. Ember is getting, or Silent but Deadly is getting all the way on the north side of the road already, with basically no conflict. Dark Tunnel pushing up. Vortex taking down Dr. Sean in the smoke. Rush of Light just blind firing out of the smoke. 4Q. Hailfire coming around from the backside, though. Going to get these picks off the flank. And Rush of Light's character model's doing that freaky thing again. Hailfire taking down 2, getting a good flank out. But he is the last one standing, and he needs to get back onto the objective. I don't know if he knows he's the last one yet. Now he does. He just checked his tablet. Quick rush back.
Don't come out too fast.
I would be getting up right on the car, honestly. Good throw. Is he gonna catch anybody? It's not.
Yeah, if somebody was there, that would have been perfect.
Dark tunnels picking him up through the fence on a good sight. Good sight line, and just like that, Silent but Deadly take the final map and the series. Final score 9-4. Well, was that what you were expecting when we started at Xandria?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, there's a good bit of back and forth. I mean, I liked it. I think Ember's, they've got solid strats. Silent but Deadly coming out real strong though, and I think that this is only their second match. They haven't even finished placement yet, so they're gonna end up pretty high in the scoreboards, I think.
Most likely, yeah. And having those 3 members from, what team was that? But they've had like 3 seasons. Stone Cold Killers. And they've had like 3 seasons of experience. You know, they might be a new team, but they're not new to the game.
Yeah, I agree, and that helps a lot. Well, I think that's it for us. I will be back online in about an hour and a half. Is my next one at 6? I think that's what I picked.
6 o'clock.
6
I'll be there
o'clock.
too, but I won't be casting. I'll be playing. So.
Yes, Xandria will be playing. So if you want to come watch us, I will just say things and expect Xandria to respond in game, and it'll be great. So that's how we're gonna do it. Well, looking forward to the next cast, and we are signing off.
All right. Have a good evening, everybody.